Welcome back, my people. Today we have the Gelato Dream review coming at you. So this is honestly, now I know this is actually normally I don't like haze, and whilst I wouldn't say this is a haze flavour and effects, this does have a haze in its genetics, which honestly surprised me on how much I kind of like this. So let's get into it. So this is Gelato Dream by Greyscales, cultivated in Canada. It's a Lot 420 brand, branded by Greyscales, packaged in the UK by Seal. This is coming in at £7 a gram. One of its known genetics of Loud Dream is Blue Dream, which is a known haze. Whilst that being a genetic of a genetic, it's not very hazy, so that's why I think I'm liking this one. Let's get into the nitty gritties. So this is a T26, and honestly, I think whilst it doesn't necessarily feel maybe as heavy as a 26, I wouldn't say it's far off. Let's go into the effects first, and I'll say this is a really good wake and bake strain for me. I really enjoy this on a wake and bake morning time. This doesn't hit for me very hard as opposed to some of the other strains that I have. So for me, a wake and bake is really good for this one. I definitely get more of a smiley body buzz. Definitely relaxing, but also creative. So I definitely like having a wake and bake with this, getting on stream with you guys, or getting on the editing and getting things done. One that is definitely helpful for that. On the flavour, so I got, mostly it was like this blueberry berry fruit. I can't quite pin the other fruit on it, but there's another fruit there. But it's definitely this sweet fruity berry thing going on with this cream. Maybe a very slight gas on the end, but not very gassy at all. Definite Blue Dream leaning. I definitely see that 100%, and I think a lot of people are saying that they don't get a lot of the gelato from it, and I would agree. I mean, there's that slight creaminess from the gelato there, but I don't. It is definitely that Blue Dream sort of flavour profile, which I really enjoyed. I like my berries, I like the creamy berries, so for me that was really nice. The trim appeal was decent, but say it was almost like machine trimmed. It was very quite tight and had almost like hole-like appearances on the outside. When you were touching it, the flour was quite dusty, the trichomes and stuff was coming off on your hands a little bit, so there was definitely a need for hydrostone. But other than that, I did really rate this flour. It was really quite effective. And I think overall, Greyscales is doing pretty well on the market from what I've seen on the reviews online. You can look at the microscope pics and the nug shots in the description down below. So the trichome heads, they are looking good. Most of them are intact. There's a few that have been, I think, some of them look like the heads have been ripped off, honestly. But what is there, they are looking decent. Again, a mixture of slightly transparent but more leaning towards the cloudy milky trichome heads. I didn't see many ambers, a very minute amount of that, but that is also again shows in the effects. This doesn't hit for me like a strong heavy amber trichome mature head. So for me, this is it definitely does represent its effects in how it shows in the trichomes. I rated it as soon as I opened the flower, and the smell on this, I think the smell on this was extremely strong. I'd say I'd probably rate the smell maybe an 8.5. It filled the room sort of thing, almost like the blueberry banana. We often don't get that, so when that happens, it's very exciting. So this is definitely one that did do that, and still smells very strong now in the jar, which a lot of our flour does seem to sort of to fade in smell, and yeah, but this is one that hasn't, so I do rate it a lot for that. So overall, I think I'd rate this strain a 7.5 out of 10. This was coming in at £7 a gram, and overall I think preferably this should be around £6 a gram. The translation of flavour does come through quite well, I feel, especially through the vape. And I know a lot of people, smokers, vapors, have been both really enjoying this one. So overall, I think this is one that has done really well, and I'm very impressed with Greyscales. And I think there's a lot of other strains out there right now that have been getting a lot of hype. So I'm very interested in seeing those ones. And if any of you guys have had any of the other Greyscales, let me know down in the comments what you think of them. And yeah, I may give them a go myself. But yeah, as always, people, stay medicated. I've been Smoky Mo, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm off.